it was miserable. And so I kind of felt like an only child. My sister moved out, gosh, I think definitely by the time I was 7, she was out of the house, so she was almost more like an aunt figure.
How many people have you kissed? Because I remember when I did the video with my dad, he said like 10 people, and I was like,
I would say way over 10. But I can't give you an exact count.
hey guys, it's me, Sheltin, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Today I'm joined with my mom, and you guys are probably thinking that I'm going to do one of the videos that I did with my dad a little while ago, the uncomfortable questions video. It's a super fun video, and so we're going to jump straight into it. Alright, so the first thing that she's going to share with us is where she was born and raised, and yeah, stuff like that.
So my name is Amy, and I was born in Portland, Oregon at Best Kaiser, which is no longer there. The building is there, but it's actually the Adidas building right now. So the original Kaiser building has changed over to Adidas. Just because I was born in Portland, I never lived in Portland. I grew up in Battleground, Washington primarily. My first house that I was in until I was about 3, maybe 4 years old was in Vancouver, and then moved to Battleground. So I am truly a native to this area.
So, was your first job in Battleground?
Yes, my first job was in Battleground. I worked at a tanning salon when I was 14 years old, and I worked there until I was 15, and then I started working at Rocky's Pizza in Battleground.
I'll jump straight into the uncomfortable questions. Did you swear when you were like in high school, middle school, at all?
I did swear some. Sometimes I think I swear to see if I could get my mom's goat. I didn't swear a lot, but every once in a while, like if I was upset about something, I would use a swear word, but it wasn't uncommon. I used to tell my mom my dad used to swear like a sailor, and so I learned it somewhere, learned it from him.
Where was your first kiss?
My first official kiss was at Shannon Williams. She had a Halloween party. I think I was in the 7th grade, and it was in her garage, and I had my first official kiss in the 7th grade. And sadly, I can't even tell you the name of the kid, who it was. It was too long ago. Must not have made that much of an impact that I can't even remember.
Worst trouble that you've gotten into?
Whew. Boy, worst trouble that I've gotten into.
It could be like middle school, high school, elementary school.
I think I'm going to censor it a dot, because recognizing that you are almost 15, some of these things I might not be able to share with you until you're in your 20s and moved out. So to censor that down, I got in, let's just say I got in really big trouble and was grounded for a big chunk of my 8th grade summer. And I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just going to tell you, I hope you are never as foolish as I was.
Would you be mad if I snuck out?
Yes. I would be mad. I would be disappointed. I can tell you firsthand it's not worth it, because you can end up in a lot of trouble. And
I think you would be really mad.
I would probably be way more mad than Papa would be, but I'm more of the rule follower.
Did you do drugs or smoke in high school?
I did smoke. I did try drugs one time. I'm not proud of that at all. If I could go back and change that, I would change it for sure. I tried smoking cigarettes when I was 15, and that was a bad mistake, because then I had some trouble with smoking cigarettes, and successfully have been 100% smoke-free since the age of 25. But yeah, I did try drugs, and again, not anything I was proud of. Different circumstances than you were raised. Those were just some different times.
Did you ever get bullied in school?
I was not bullied. I was kind of friends with everyone. I didn't hang out with a specific group, but I kind of knew who to hang out with and who not to hang out with, and I would say no, I was not bullied.
There wasn't like those mean girls or something?
I knew who the mean girls were. I think I was off of their radar, and they weren't mean to me. I usually, it's kind of funny, I've always said that I hung out with guys more than I hung out with girls. I just didn't like the catty drama. I'm not one like, oh, let's go get our nails done. That is not me, still isn't me. I am more of a tomboy at heart, and so the mean girls, we were not on each other's radar.
That's good. What was it like being the youngest child in your family?
Well, there's a big age gap between us. My sister is 11 years older, and my brother is 6 to 7 years older, depending on our birthdays kind of fall kind of different. So I kind of felt like an only child. My sister moved out, gosh, I think definitely by the time I was 7, she was out of the house, so she was almost more like an aunt figure. And my brother moved out shortly after he had graduated, so there was a big chunk of time that I kind of felt like an only child. But I do remember when they were there, I felt like I got blamed for a lot of stuff that maybe wasn't entirely my fault. I think maybe some of it was, but
you were so young.
Yeah,
They still blamed you for it.
Yeah, I
guess that happens with
and the other piece about kind of being the youngest, with my brother and sister being older, they sometimes got into trouble when they were in their high school years, so that kind of affected what I was not able to do. So for instance, my brother, he crashed my dad's car into a fire hydrant, later found out that it was his girlfriend who was driving at the time, caused a ton of damage. But since he did that, I was never allowed to drive my parents' car. So when I got my first job, I saved every single paycheck that I had, and then I bought a car so I could drive.
That's crazy. Did they come, like, when they were older, did they visit?
They did. They came around the house.
Like, for holidays only, or like?
Yeah, they were busy working, kind of doing their own thing, so we would see them for some of those major holidays and stuff.
Was I a mistake?
Absolutely not a mistake. You are a huge blessing. We didn't think we were going to have kids, which, gosh, looking back, that would have been awful, because I still say you are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. You are just, boy, having kids teaches you how selfish you cannot be, that you have to put the needs of someone else, a human life, before you. When people say, oh, you should start out and get a pet first before you know if you're going to want to have kids, there might be some truth to that. You better, be able to handle throw up and poop occasionally. But no, you are not a mistake. You are absolute wanted being.
Why didn't you want to have any other children?
Well, we had you pretty late. I get migraines really easily, and a lot of my migraines are kind of a hormonal response, hormonal imbalance. And when I was pregnant with you, I had migraines all the time, and it was miserable. And I can't imagine having to go through that again. And secondly, Sheltin, after we had you, you were such an amazing, awesome, easy-spirited baby, toddler, that I was a little bit terrified to have another one, because if I had polar opposite effect, oh wow, what would I do? That would be awful. And I always said, God won't give you more than you can handle, and clearly He knows I'm a wimp, and He gave me just perfect kid in you.
Oh, that's good. What would you do if I got arrested?
Well, I guess it would depend a bit on the circumstances, what you did to cause you to get arrested. I would be sad if it was something that was definitely you did something wrong. I would be sad. It definitely would break a parent's heart. I would be praying a ton, but always at the end of the day, extend grace, because we are all, we're all human and we all make mistakes. We're all prone to making bad choices, and I would just hope and pray that you would learn from that and move past it.
I don't picture myself ever getting arrested.
I hope not.
How did you hook up with my dad?
We met through a mutual friend, and it was funny because at the time when we first met, I was trying to set him up with a whole bunch of people that I used to work with at the bank, and recognizing that he had two younger kids, Austin and Colton.
It was weird because you didn't want to.
Well, I didn't like him like that at first, and then over time, our friendship just kind of changed and evolved, and we realized that we liked each other.
How many people have you kissed? Because I remember when I did the video with my dad, he said like 10 people, and I was like,
I would say way over 10. But I can't give you an exact count.
do you remember each of them?
No, I didn't even remember the first one that you asked me about in the 7th grade. I don't know, I think it's one of those weird things that as you get older, you kind of have a gift of not being able to remember some of those things that are in your past. You're kind of shielded by that. Not that I'm proud that I had kissed a bunch of boys. But yeah, I can't tell you.
You don't, none of them? Do you remember,
Oh yeah, I remember some of them.
Well, were most of them, in middle school, or most of them, in high school?
High school, early 20s. Yeah.
Did you ever go to college?
I did go to college for a while. Right out of high school, I thought I wanted to be a nurse. My mom was in nursing, and so that just kind of seemed like a natural path. But then I realized right away that there is no way I could give anybody a shot. And as I got older and even had you, it became apparent to me that I don't do good with blood and cuts and whatever. And thankfully, I'm not kidding you, thank the Lord, you have never been sliced open, or you've not had any broken bones, knock on wood, that we've ever had to do any of that. But good deal that our neighbor Mike is a firefighter, so he comes over and helps.
So, sort of wrapping up the video today, I just want to ask some not super uncomfortable questions and stuff. Not super uncomfortable questions and stuff, but some vacation spots we want to go this year and stuff. So any vacations you want to go on, your bucket list and stuff.
I would say my bucket list before you graduate, I would like to go to Washington D.C. because you did not go on the Washington D.C. trip in your 8th grade year. I would like to do Glacier National Park, Yellowstone. Some of these are things on my bucket list too, because they're places that I have not been. I would like to go to New York City.
Yes.
I would like to go to South Carolina and Tennessee. Hawaii, of course, you've been there a bunch of times, but I still would like to do that. So those are some of my, before you graduate, top items.
And then hobbies. I know she loves to sew, and that's why we have a pet store and stuff. You want to explain that story, how we got started with the pet store?
So, fast story. We own a pet supply store, and that all started literally from a dream that I had about bone-shaped elevated pet feeders. Martin started making them. We started selling them at the farmer's market. We started selling them wholesale. We got a patent on our design. we decided, a big leap of faith, Martin quit his job. Then we decided to open our own pet supply store, and I sew the collars and leashes, bow ties, collar flowers. We were making cat trees, pet stairs, all of that. So yeah, I know how to sew dog collars.
Any other hobbies?
I recently, I guess it's been about a year and a half, took up the electric bass. I absolutely love it, and that's kind of an ironic, funny thing, because for as long as Martin can remember, I'm sure, if we were in the vehicle and he would turn the radio up and the bass up, I would be like, turn it down, the bass, it just like drones on you and it's too loud. So I polar opposite now. I love the bass, and I love playing it. I love learning about it. I've had different hobbies in my past. I used to ride dirt bikes. I used to have a Harley. I used to ride horses, and with horses I used to ride on a ladies equestrian drill team. I used to do team penning. So I kind of feel like the bass is just one more chapter, the next chapter of what I like to do as a hobby. And now, a newer thing that I've been doing, thanks to you, Sheltin, is learning
YouTubing.
How to vlog and just kind of document things going on in my life and edit them.
I was just fixing the camera because it keeps moving around to this side, to that side. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to check out her channel, more like our family's channel, it's AMK Everyday on YouTube. Go check her videos out and stuff. She'd really appreciate it. Yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. And I will see you guys in the next one. But comment down below for some future ideas. We know that the world is changing every single day, like what school's gonna look like and stuff. So yeah, be sure to comment down below, and I will see you guys next time.
So I kind of felt like an only child. My sister moved out, gosh, I think definitely by the time I was 7, she was out of the house, so she was almost more like an aunt figure.